The TCU baseball team heading back to the College World Series for a fourth straight year, and head coach Jim Schlossnagle is our guest. The fifth bid for your program, coach, since 2010, but I know there's nothing routine about this process. What's especially gratifying about this trip?
Well, I mean, I think they're all special, there's no doubt about it, and we respect how hard it is to get there. We don't take it for granted, but I think with this particular team, you have eight seniors. We were preseason #1 in the country, which is, as much as we like to deflect it, that's a lot of pressure on everybody, and so just to have the opportunity to get back there and play for a national title is awesome for our players and our fan base. 10
schools, only 10 have made it to this tournament 4 years in a row, so you're in pretty rare air now. How many different things, just as a program, have had to come together through the years for you to be able to build something like this?
Well, it's obviously the combination of work on behalf of just a ton of people. I've had great assistant coaches that have helped us build the program and attract great players. There's somebody told me the other day there's two kind of coaches. There's coaches who coach great players, and there's ex-coaches. So it's basically some outstanding players, and then certainly a great commitment from the university, from our Chancellor Bashini, and I've had 3 great athletic directors, Chris Delcane here right now, and so it's nice to be able to honor their commitment with success on the field.
And one of those great players who has helped prevent you from becoming an ex-coach is Evan Skaug, the great catcher who hit homers in back-to-back games over the weekend. Can you put into words what he's meant to your program?
It's awful hard, to put it into words. I mean, he's a guy he's hit 3rd or 4th in our lineup every single day since he walked on campus. He's certainly been the everyday catcher, and he'll go down as one of the TCU greats, and not just because of his performance on the field, but he's a great student. He's a guy who's an unbelievable teammate, an outstanding leader. He's what you want your son to grow up to be and what you want your daughter to marry. So I think that's the best compliment I could ever give him.
It's a big week for him, a big day for him potentially with the draft tonight. What are the emotions of a college coach as you watch this thing unfold, especially during a week like this?
It's certainly, erratic. No doubt about it. I mean, I'm excited for the guys on our team, especially a guy like Evan, who should be drafted in a spot that would warrant him the choice to move on. We hate seeing him leave, but that's just part of the process here. And then certainly for us in recruiting, we like the guys we signed to show up. So we're sweating out some of those guys, but that's just part of it. High risk, high reward, and we hope that they choose to come to school and develop here as the other great ones have, and then move on to even a better situation in professional baseball.
Of course, pitching's where it all starts, and your big game, Brian Howard, came up big again. Just talk about the kind of performance he put together for you on Sunday, and again, what he's meant throughout the years.
Well, I just found out today, I didn't even know this, that he's the first back-to-back 10-game winner that we've had, I believe, during my time here. And so that's just an awesome accomplishment. There have certainly been guys here with better stuff, but and that's not to discount his ability, but he shows up when the game comes calling, especially this time of year. And he won over 10 games for us last year, and he has certainly saved his best for last year in the last couple of weeks, and hope we can get maybe 2 more good starts out of him in Omaha.
Still looking for your first national championship, but how valuable is the experience of having been to the College World Series so often as your program heads back there again, or does it just start fresh each and every year?
Well, I mean, the uniqueness of it doesn't ever rub off. I mean, we know it's the pearly gates of college baseball, and so we appreciate it. We look forward to it. Can't wait to get there. But I think the challenge the first time you go, or the first couple times you go, or maybe with an entirely new team, is all of the challenges are outside the field of play. The external, all the attention, the fans. Am I going to have enough tickets? Am I going to buy enough T-shirts? And with our team, with predominantly a junior, senior team, I don't have to be concerned with those things. There's a couple freshmen that we'll talk to, but our guys will be ready to play. And if the baseball gods look kindly on us, then we'll stay up there for a long time.
Yeah, and almost to a man, after yesterday's game, as you'd expect, they said, well, now the job is to break through and win this thing for the first time. How do you prevent there being too much pressure on your players to have that kind of mindset, or is that the kind of mindset you want them to have?
No, that's the kind of mindset we want to have. I mean, you know, when we were 2-0 last year and had to win one game to make the championship series, and Coastal Carolina had to win 3, and they won 3 and then ended up winning the national championship. So when we, you know, normally in Omaha, I like to say there are no bad days, because even when you lose, it's still such a great place. But when we lost out last year, it really hurt, and so I think it's still ringing in their minds. I know it is, and that's not any more pressure. That's just more want to, and you know, I know they'll be ready to go when we get up there, and our goal is to win the national championship.
Have you picked up any superstitions or routines in Omaha, same restaurants, that type of thing that you stick to each and every year now that you've gone back so often?
You know, you don't get to choose your hotel. They do that for you. So some of the things are out of your control, but definitely from a routine standpoint, not necessarily superstition. We try to do a few things that are fun. We have a big team meal the first night we get there at a really nice place, and we'll send Chris Del Conte and Chancellor Boschini the bill on that one. And then we always make a trip to the Children's Hospital up there, kind of like Cook's here in Fort Worth. So, but other than that, we'll just let the schedule, the baseball, take care of everything else.
Finally, I wondered if you could comment on the continued inspiration provided by Micah Ahern, your superhero, that little guy who fought cancer so bravely for so long and who lost that battle coming up on a year ago now.
Yeah, you know, he never leaves our mind, and ever. And you know, we have a couple things in our locker room that everybody has to walk by or see every single day to help remind us of how lucky we all are to even just have a chance to be around the game of baseball and still be breathing on this earth, you know, let alone playing baseball. So he's always there. Yesterday, his dad and little brother and little sister came down in the dugout before the game, and I hadn't seen him a whole lot during the spring, or at least they had been to the games, but not early enough to come down in the dugout. And so we were able to present his dad, Maurice, with Micah's World Series ring from last year, and we bought that for Micah, and I said, this is Micah's, but we'll give it to you, and had a great conversation and some good tears and hugs, and so he's always here. There's no doubt about it.